What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Super Gamer Boys. I'm your host, Colonel, the most handsome dad, Garrett Morlang, and here in the virtual studio with me is the king of video games and pocket poppy, Adrian Homeboy Holmes. What's up, Adrian?
What's going on, my guy? I'm feeling real triumphant today. I don't know if you want to share the news of the milestone we just hit.
Yes. Oh man, it's been this tug of war for so long, and we finally hit it over on YouTube. We hit 400. We hit 400 at the beginning of the year.
Let's go.
We were just under 320.
Hovering around 3. Yeah,
we were on the closer side to 3, and so basically in half a year, we've been able to get 100 subs on YouTube.
Let's
climbing. Freaking go, man! It was a doozy there at the end though, because it would get so close. It'd be like 399, and then it's like,
and then 397,
397,
then up to 398, 399, 398. Finally crossed over.
It's like, all right,
and I got photo proof just in case. Yeah. Just in case.
It's like, stop playing games with us. Stop unsubbing. I don't know who's doing that. Stop it. But thank you to everyone who watches over on YouTube. We really greatly appreciate it. And if you're not subbed and you're watching this right now, please throw a sub our way. It's free. Turn on those notifications. You can see when we're putting out more content. Mm-hmm. We appreciate it very, very much. Now let's get to 5. That was our goal. Our goal is 5 by the end of the year, because that's how we get the tier 1. What do they call it? Like the YouTube partner or whatever. There's like 2 tiers to it. There's like the lower tier 1 partner and then tier 2 partner. Tier 2
that's
partner.
When we start getting moolah.
Yeah, tier 2 partner. That's a ways away. It's like 1,000 subs. So
look, you say a ways away. We were just talking about, man, what happens when we hit 4. You say it's a ways away. I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
I'm saying it'll be here before you know it.
Well, help us get to our goal. We want to hit at least 500 by the end of the year, maybe 1,000, I mean,
we might just have that one that pops off. You never, ever know, dude.
If those 400 people who sub to us right now went out and told, 2.5 of their friends, let's round it up to 3, good solid 3 friends to sub to our channel right now, we'd be there. So just go out and text right now. I want you, all 400 of you, because I know all 400 are viewing our videos.
Of course, at the same time.
At the same time. Text your friend right now, 3 of your friends, and say, hey, sub to this channel. Watch your stuff. It's good. That would be helpful. But other than that, man, yeah, it's I'm excited for this coming week. I feel like this is a good spot to talk about at the top of the show, a little bit of housekeeping / just sharing our excitement some more. I didn't realize it was Summer Game Fest week, baby. That's coming up.
It's
that's
here again.
We did not make plans like we normally do. Things are going to be happening. We're going to talk about that in a second, but it was just funny this morning. I texted Adrian. I'm like, oh boy, are you, what are your thoughts on this, that, and the other thing? It was,
and you texted me and I said, oh God, that's right. That is this week. Here we are.
It's been a doozy couple months, and let me tell you, time flies. It's hard to believe that it's May's over already. We're into June. If you haven't looked, I
remember them just talking about, so the date for Summer Game Fest has finally been revealed, or it's been locked in. Now here we are. It's Friday. It's Friday.
Yep. So, the plan right now is, I am going to be streaming live, just like I did last week, watching this PlayStation State of Play. Excuse me. I'm going to go on live. It starts at 2, so probably a little bit before. Sometimes there's a pre-show. So I'll be live around 1:30 or 1:45, just chatting with you guys, hanging out until the show starts, talking about what we're excited about, what we think we might see. Right after it is Day of the Devs, Summer Game Fest edition. So that's at 4. I will be live for that. And then 5 p.m. after Day of the Devs is the Devolver Direct. So that's
the best of the 3.
Yeah, exactly. The best. I mean, it was pretty wild last year.
With Volvi. I swear, dude, the ones before that weren't like that.
I know. I mean, I've seen prior ones, and no, they were not like that. But it was so great. But so yeah, a good solid at least 4 hours of content there, 4 or 5 hours. So if you want to come hang out with me for like half a day, join me over at twitch.tv/supergamerboys on Friday. That's June 7th. And then on the 8th is the Wholesome Direct. I am unavailable, unfortunately, from Saturday to like Wednesday of next week. So I'm going to miss
I'll be taking over that slot.
Yeah, I'm going to miss the Wholesome Direct and Xbox Game Showcase. And that's where Adrian comes in. TBD right now on times, right? Just
as of right now, TBD. I would probably say for Saturday, I would say in the mid-afternoon.
Okay.
I'm going to have a hard time here, hopefully soon. And then Sunday, I will be also covering the Xbox Showcase, which hopefully they have some things to actually show. And then that one also will be in the afternoon. So I will keep you guys posted for more times when that's going to be going down. And yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, stay tuned to
we're not leaving you high
media.
and dry.
Yeah, no, you'll be able to catch the reactions from us here on Twitch or on YouTube, wherever you're watching. YouTube.com/SuperGamerBoys, Twitch.tv/TheSuperGamerBoys. You'll be able to watch it everywhere. It'll either be myself or Adrian. But yeah, stay tuned to the social media. We'll have times out as soon as they're available. So I'll put times up for Friday, and Adrian will be putting times out for the weekend there. Once he gets it locked down. So it's exciting times. Oh, and that means next week too. Like I said, I will be unavailable. So our episode's going to be later than normal. We're not going to be recording our normal Monday night podcast. Whenever I get back, I need to talk to my wife. I don't remember what she said.
I'm leaving and I don't know when I'll be back. That sounds like you're going to get milk. You know what I mean?
She hates it when I do it. No, because she tells me the plans all the time. And I'm always like, I don't know what you're talking about.
You didn't say anything about that.
I have no idea what you're talking about. She's like, I've told you like 10 times. I'm like, really? I can't.
Well, now you got to go up there and get an earful after this. So enjoy it now.
I'm just a terrible husband. Can't remember anything. So whenever I get back, we're going to record like a short, maybe not short. I take that back. Not going to be short. We're going to do an impromptu episode though. A little less formal, but just talking all about our reactions together of the showcases and what we thought overall of Summer Game Fest weekend. So look forward to that. Probably Wednesday or Thursday next week. We will stream the recording live and just blast it out to everything live. There's not going to be a Patreon delay as there typically is, because we want to get it out there as soon as possible for you folks. That's a lot up front. Happy housekeeping there, but it's not over yet, because today we're talking about PlayStation State of Play announcements, Sony's hopeful future with PC gamers, and $400,000 worth of stolen play dates are found. But first, let's give a quick shout out to our Patreon producers, Bumple Smash and Kajoma01, our Super Gamer sponsors, Julie Bates, Mama Mare, and Carrie. If you want to be awesome just like those folks, head over to patreon.com/supergamerboys, where you can support us starting at just $1. That's right, $1 each and every month gets you episodes early and ad-free, except for next week. And as well as our Patreon exclusive shows such as Super Later Boys, previous seasons of Super Gamer Book Club. Go check that out. We got some fun stuff. We're going to talk more about our Patreon later on in the show. Shout out to Jack Sriracha. I don't know why I said that weird. Jack Sriracha and Yate for allowing us to use their music on our show. That's what you're hearing right now in the background, and you can find links to their music on Apple Music and Spotify in the show description on podcast and on YouTube, so check that out. I think it's time to check the mail.
Fire it up.
All right, let's do this thing. Man, I'm not gonna lie, that whole like intro felt very very intense. A lot more talking in the intro than normal. We're wrapping the show now, right? I feel like I've just done a whole show in the first 5 minutes.
Folks, thanks for hanging out with us.
And we're out. No. All right, here we go. It's boot up. It's Super Gamer Bot.
What's up, goopers? Did you see we reached 400 YouTube subscribers? I was joking before, but I guess some people actually do like you guys. Not bad. Ready for questions?
Okay, all right.
We did.
People like us.
Yeah.
A few people like us, all right? Oh, man. I don't know how I feel about Super Gamer Bot getting more and more snarky like that, but what are we going to do?
I feel like it was I don't know. It was like a corn dog, right? Like the compliment was in the middle,
Yeah.
but it was just surrounded by the
That's
sarcasm,
true.
I think.
That's true. Deep down inside, Super Gamer Bot's
they
a softie. They're a softie,
Yep.
but on the outside, they got to keep that rough, rigid, abrasive exterior.
Yep.
All right. Well, Super Gamer Bot, give us that first question, please.
Penguin
do it.
asks, if you could write any kind of book, what would you write?
If you could write any time a book, what would you write, Adrian?
I'd do a whodunit. I love a really good whodunit.
Okay.
The only problem is I feel like I would take an eternity to write it because I would think about all the plot holes and loops and logic and all that you have to kind of, study when you do that kind of
Right.
material. Because you'll always have to go, well, what about that person? It would have been over here doing this, and this person wouldn't have thought this because they're that kind of person. And then the murder weapon, would it be able to fire like this or be used like this? And if so, would this person be trained to know how to do that? You have to think about all these variables. But when
Right.
you pull it off, when you're really good at it, no other feeling of finding out who done it, and you legitimately are surprised to find out who actually did it.
What's even easier is instead of just like theorizing it, just go live a life of crime, and whatever works out, write a book about it.
That too. You can write it from jail.
Just just become a serial killer and then write about it. They'll never see it coming. No,
You gotta put it out on your deathbed though, so that way they can't catch you.
Jeez. That I feel like I'm not smart enough for a book like that. Because like you said, like you have to research so much, and basically you have to like role play in your head every character, every possible, not even character, but even like the side human, like a random NPC
Outcomes.
human being, like, and outcomes. Like, all right, so there's a guy who was walking to the gas station to get milk and bread to take home to his family at the same time across the street from the hotel. And it's like, would he have seen them through the window? It's like
Right.
wild stuff. You have to start making backstories for people.
Would
who
he
don't
actually
even...
have needed to get milk because his wife is lactose intolerant?
Yeah,
Things of that
exactly.
nature. It's like, good grief.
It's like it starts getting real wild real quick. At least that's what I would do. I know it's not. That's why I would never write it, because that's the type of stuff I would be worrying about. Is like stupid characters that don't even matter. Oh man, I just have like a whole chapter about this dude living his life, and then like the next chapter it cuts back to the story, and everyone reading it's like, what? Who's this?
What's
Jim?
going on here?
What does Jim have nothing to do with the story? Who is this guy? No one. He was just happened to be in the area during
He
the
was
crime.
there. I was around,
He was like 2 blocks from
just
the crime.
taking a walk.
He's the guy. Jim is us whenever you like read something in the news later and you're like, whoa, that was right. It's right next to my work. Like that's
Right.
what my book would be, is from his perspective. He didn't see anything. He wasn't a part of it, but he reads it in the news. And
You started off, Jim was a normal guy.
at the end, it's Jim is still a normal guy, but he was 2 blocks from a crime. That's the only thing that's changed in his life. Oh man, wild.
You got one?
Okay. I would have to. Okay, I would want to like no clip this. You know, no clip. Danny O'Dwyer. Except it wouldn't be a video. I mean, if it could be a video, I would want to do a video, but that's not the question. The question is what book you would read. I would want to do full like in bed documentary / biography on Hideo Kojima, get into Kojima Productions, write a big old book about him, like interviewing him, talking to him this process, go and embed myself into the Konami team, like with the people he worked with in the past even, and like get all the dirt. Like I would just love to do something like that. I know it'll never happen, but that would be like my dream thing, is like get the nitty gritty on just like his process, his story, everything.
See,
Because
my
there's so much
question is-
mystery around him. Like there's a lot
right.
like we don't know about him. He's like this enigma in the gaming realm. And it'd be so cool to just like, who is this guy? Like who's the Jim? What's the Jim version of Hideo Kojima? Who is he just at home when he's like kicking on the couch in some sweats, There's no shirt on, eating popcorn and watching Furiosa for the 10th time.
10th time, because it's his best pal, George Miller.
Yeah.
My question is this something that you actually wanted to write, or are you using this as an opportunity to get close to Kojima? That's my question.
I mean, of course I want to write this.
Oh yes, of course. I'm sorry to even ask. I didn't know that, it was so obvious because
I mean, it's both. I'll be honest. It's both. It's just to be close to him, but also like there is a genuine curiosity. Like, I mean, even with anyone, not just Kojima, but just celebrities in general, like who are you just in normal everyday life? Because you'd see these people, whether they're an actor, a musician, or whatever, like on a stage or on a screen. And it's like, they just seem like not like something else other than human. Like there's no way they just do normal everyday things. And so I think like being able to like get in and hear these people's stories, whether it's Kojima or people adjacent to him that he's worked with, and like get to know like what is he like? What is his process like? What's his day-to-day? Like, I don't know. Like it would just be such a wild thing. So it's, if anything, it's just like I could have picked, I don't know, 10 other celebrities or influencer, whoever's insert name here, but obviously I'm a huge fan of his, so it's like that would be awesome to like know more about like, all right, who is he? Like, does he
it's
like
a good motivator.
Does he like to just go to Starbucks and just sip coffee and play Angry Birds in the corner? I don't know, maybe.
No, I don't think he can. I feel like you think he get found out? Like, do you think he's that recognizable? I feel like he can get around Japan as a normal guy.
I think he can get around Japan. I was watching a video. It's a Japanese YouTube channel. I think it's called Game. That's what it's called. And anyways, they did like an interview / like video collab with him where they just went to like arcades and played arcade games with Kojima while like talking with him and kind of interviewing him a little bit. Not really. And it was just wild to see. Like, it was just like one cameraman, like the person holding the camera, the girl from Game who's kind of like playing the games and interviewing them and chatting with them, and then Kojima. It's like just the three of them walking around. And it's very much like, yeah, they just don't like, no one's like stopping, no one's talking, it's just was very laid back. But it's like, oh yeah, like I don't know. I feel like, not that he isn't. I'm just curious. That's another thing, I guess, is like, is he like a celebrity there the same way he is in the rest of the world?
I don't know. I feel like he's just a guy.
Yeah. I don't know. That'd
like,
be something
is Metal Gear as big over there as it is over here, do you think?
That's the thing. I don't know if it is. I don't know. Because it's such an American story, I wonder if it's not.
Because that would explain why he just is able to do what he wants to do, right? Because most people in Japan are like, oh yeah, he wrote that American spy thriller movie game.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also just a different culture of just generally respecting people's, space. That's over there too,
which America does not have. America does not have in the slightest.
So people might know who he is, but they're just like, they're not ravenous animals like Americans are. Is like, take a picture with me.
Right. I'm entitled to your time.
Oh man, yeah, I have that all the time. It's horrible. Every time I go to Target, they want to take pictures of me.
Hey, you're the guy with 400 subs, right?
Yeah, that's what they say. I'm like, no, not yet. We actually have 397. We're really close.
Check again. It might go up a couple.
Yeah, if you sub, you might get us. Oh no, dang it, we're back down. Dang it. Oh, shoot. All right, let's get this last question here from Sir Prince-a-Lot.
Sir Prince-a-Lot asks, what's the most overrated breakfast cereal?
What is the most overrated breakfast cereal? That's right. Hard-hitting question.
Got a lot to say about this one. Got a lot to say.
This was hard for me because all of like, and I was referencing, like, my frame of reference for this, I should say, is more like stuff I grew up eating. I'm going to be honest. I don't think I've had like a actual normal breakfast cereal in like 10 years. Because Trudy can't eat it because she's gluten and dairy free. So she can't have the milk. She can't have most of the cereals. And then she wants to keep me healthy and not die by the time I'm 35. So she says no because there's too much sugar in it. So I can't remember the last time I've actually really had, other than, have you tried Magic Spoon, those cereals?
You know, I see that stuff and I hear that it's really, really good, but it's also $12 a box. And I'm like, I don't think.
Yeah, it's a lot. Once in a while, it'll go on sale at like either at Target for like, it's still a lot, don't get me wrong, like $7 or $8 a box. And then grocery outlet, I don't know if you have that around you. They'll have it on sale for like $3 or $4 a box at
that's the ones that are getting ready to go bad.
Yeah, exactly. With grocery outlet, everything is about to expire within like a week. You know,
right?
You open it and the cereal's a little soggy for some reason. You're like, I don't know why this shouldn't be soggy. This is in an air sealed container.
I don't want those though. I don't want that to be my first impression of it, to be like the ones that are already starting to get stale. Gotta
wait for it. Yeah, when it goes on sale at Target for like $7 or $8, it's still a lot.
Now Magic Spoon is really supposed to be the ones that like it tastes like a regular cereal, but it's much better for you. Right?
Exactly. So they have one that's cinnamon toast crunch. Everything is circles. Like they're not shaped like it. Everything just looks like Cheerios, but there's a Fruit Loops flavored one. There's a Cocoa Puffs flavored one. There's a cinnamon toast crunch flavored one. They even have they had like a maple one that was supposed to be like cinnamon or the French toast crunch. That one was incredible because that was one of my favorite cereals as a kid. It was like a limited time thing. Like they don't make it anymore. French toast crunch. That one was.
I remember it well.
But yeah, Magic Spoon, go check it out. And Magic Spoon, if you're listening, sponsor us because
hey, we got a lot of subs now.
We got 400 subs on YouTube.
I'm just saying.
All right,
we got a lot of subs, bro.
We're someone over here. We are
right.
We are people.
Okay, did you say your overrated one?
No, I was just saying like it's my frame of references a lot of childhood cereals, which I liked a lot of them, but the only one that I could possibly think of that a lot of my friends and who were super into this cereal, and I was just like really indifferent to it, was Cocoa Puffs. I don't know. All of my friends were cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Everyone loved it. But I was never a chocolate kid. I still not a chocolate guy, you know. Chocolate's fine. I don't not like it, but I don't love it. And so, like for me, if it's going to be chocolate, it's like Reese's Puffs. I love Reese's Puffs, but it's mostly because it tastes like peanut butter. You don't really taste much of the chocolate. But just Cocoa Puffs never really did it for me. And I just feel like people like loved it. Like, gotta have those Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa Puffs are great. You know, every time you sleep over at someone's house, like, we got the Cocoa Puffs. I'm like, I don't like Cocoa Puffs, you know? So that's my overrated pick. But man, it's also hard because, you know, dry cereal with milk, like that changes.
It's right. It's different formulas. It's different tastes.
But what are some of your thoughts on these cereals?
Mine might upset people.
Okay.
But that's okay. I want to preface this by saying I am not saying that this cereal is bad. I am saying that it is not as good as people make it out to be. Okay. It is not the be all end all Hall of Fame, you know what I mean? Top contender cereal, and that's Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
Frosted Flakes are good. They are a good cereal. They are a good cereal, but they are not top 10 Hall of Fame. There's not even top 10. No way.
I think I agree with you on that. Cause that's another one people like lose their minds over. And I think it's like, because
that's the one that's like
it's a safe pick. It's a safe pick for everyone
and movie
to like.
Shows. That's what they always reference. Oh, you gonna have a bowl of your Frosted Flakes? I don't know. Just like, really, that's the everyman cereal.
Yeah, there's a lot more cereals out there. Yeah, I think I agree with you. That one is kind of overrated as well. Because even still, like it's good. But you have about 30 seconds to eat it before it's soggy, right? Like it's right. Another one of those cereals where like it gets soggy so fast.
It's just cornflakes with sugar on them. Yeah. That's literally They just saved you a step because you're gonna put sugar in your cornflakes anyway. So.
Exactly, 100%. I do want to give a big shout out to, and I was talking about dry cereal versus wet cereal. This is a dry cereal. You definitely don't eat this with milk unless, again, you just wolf it down in like 30 seconds. Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles is like top tier dry cereal for me. Like if I'm just like munching and crunching, watching a movie or something, like if I had a choice, like I said, I haven't had cereal in like 10 years, but if I had a choice, let me tell you, I'd destroy a box of Fruity Pebbles.
See, I'm thinking it's good both ways. I'm thinking it's good
It's
as
great
a
with
dry
milk. Don't get me wrong.
and with milk. Yeah.
It's just once it gets soggy, it turns into a fruity swamp.
That's fair.
It's like eating.
That's fair.
Like it's just like one big slimy mass, and it's not great, but it's not bad.
I mean, you didn't have to explain it that way, even though it made sense that way. I didn't need to hear it that way because it is. I mean, if we're doing shout outs, I mean, we have to shout out the king, right? Number one breakfast cereal of all time. That's easily Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
100%. Without a doubt. This is the best cereal ever made.
Yeah.
It's incredible dry. It's incredible with milk because you get the cinnamon milk at the end.
Oh, cinnamon milk, so good.
They blast it with cinnamon sugar on there. You will not get a bite without cinnamon sugar in it.
It's very good.
That is such a good cereal. Top to bottom. No notes.
No. And the characters, lovable. Love the characters.
Oh, yeah.
Like growing up, the little commercials and them doing all the mischievous acts.
See, I'm so old. I remember. Do you remember the little chef dude?
With the
glasses, and
the
he
cinnamon
had the little
shaker.
Yeah. That's my Cinnamon Toast Crunch mascot.
I do remember that, but there's something about the little mischievous guys who are pretty fun too. The old guy, the old little mischievous guys, because they've like rebranded the little cereal characters. Like they're more modern now. I feel like when I was a kid,
they used to do that. I think
it was like the chef.
It
was like the chef guy, and then it was like the little cartoon characters of the cereal pieces, but then like I feel like recently they've revamped the characters again. It's like,
make them look sillier or something.
Not the same. Also, Captain Crunch. That's another one that's also very good. With milk or dry, but let me tell you, you best probably just eat it with milk unless you just
let it sit for a few minutes.
Unless you love eating bowls of just broken glass shards. Because it tastes incredible, but boy, will it do a number on your mouth.
Oh my God. The roof of your mouth will not, you better not have anything to do that day that involves talking. Because it will fresh Captain Crunch will tear your mouth up.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Peanut butter crunch is very good. We weren't really a Captain Crunch berry household. And not that we didn't like it, we just didn't dabble with it. I don't know. We were just more of a peanut butter fan. Like I mentioned, like the Reese's Puffs before. And so,
I like both of them. My folks are way more into the peanut butter. So we had peanut butter more than regular, but sometimes we did get the regular, and I enjoyed both.
Yeah.
One last shout out before we move on.
Okay.
I want to give a shout out, and this is the controversial pick that I'm like, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this, but I have to speak my truth.
Okay.
This is the only cereal for me that rivals Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay.
Again, it is excellent dry. It is excellent with milk.
Okay.
It's a long-standing, been around for decades, Hall of Fame classic.
Okay.
And that's Honey Nut Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios are so delicious. They don't need anything else in the bowl. They don't need sugar in them, nothing. You can just put them in and kill them, right? And they're good for your heart.
Yeah, they say that. I
know. It's
think
okay. I'm not asking you to agree.
I think Honey Nut Cheerios might be like a number 2 overrated cereal for me. Like number 1, I said Cocoa Puffs. I think they're overrated. I don't think they're that great. They're fine. But I would never buy them on purpose. I adore
Honey Nut Cheerios.
If someone had them, if I was over at someone's house, they're like, hey, want some Honey Nut Cheerios? I'd be like, sure, I guess so. But I would never purchase them for myself, I don't think.
Oh, I get the family side, the ultra. Give me as much as you can. Oh yeah.
No, that's now I don't know how I didn't think of that before. I think that's a highly overrated cereal. That's up there with.
I disagree.
Even your Frosted Flakes pick like that, like Frosted Flakes and Honey Nut Cheerios are on par with like they are like the extremely overrated.
No way. Yeah. No, Frosted Flakes are way more overrated than Honey Nut Cheerios. Absolutely, I will not stand for this slander.
I don't know about this. I mean,
good night.
Yeah, I don't know. Not a fan. Again, I don't hate it, but it's also like, why, when there's so many other better cereals out there, why would I waste the money on that, right?
Because there's not that many more better cereals out there. Now, you want to know my old person pick? My old person pick is Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds.
Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds. It's hard. That's a
banger. That's a banger.
Or even just straight up Raisin Bran. I'm not gonna lie, Raisin Bran's pretty great.
See, now you're losing me. That's a little too old.
Hey,
Honey Nut Cereal or Honey Bunches of Oats was. I'm with you.
You said
you know what I mean?
You said old person pick, so I was going like, hey, yeah.
I said old person. I didn't say ancient.
Okay. How do you feel about Sugar Crisp or like Sugar Smacks? That was the one with like the frog on it. It's like the puffed wheat pieces.
I liked them back in the day, and I think my taste buds have changed because they're too sweet.
Okay,
does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes.
I don't hate them.
Yeah,
I just feel like I can only have like a couple of spoonfuls of them, and I'm like, all right, that's enough. I can feel a tummy ache coming on.
I just thought of the cereal that I haven't thought of in a long time, and it's phenomenal. Golden Grams. Do you remember Golden Grams? It's good. I remember Golden Grams? Great dry, great with milk, great as a substitute for Rice Krispies and Rice Krispie treats using Golden Graham treats. I've had those before. Those are incredible. Marshmallow and Golden Graham all mixed together. Oh my gosh. I don't know how.
Before we go,
Golden Grams.
R.I.P. to a fallen soldier that has been discontinued. I don't know if they ever brought it back. Do you remember honeycombs?
Oh, that's another one. How did I forget? That was like my Captain Crunch and honeycomb are my dad's favorite cereal. That's like basically what we had in the house all the time because that's my dad's favorite.
Good night. That's a good cereal.
Oh yes, man.
I miss. Honeycomb.
Is that not a thing?
I don't think so. I feel like they discontinued it. For a while. Maybe they brought it back, but I don't know. I haven't seen it for a long time, but then I haven't been looking for it. Man, that was a good cereal. I don't know why they got rid of it.
It's the shape of it too. The shape of it.
It was perfect. It broke right apart.
Made it taste better. Perfect texture.
Oh, what a winner. They go and get rid of that and keep Raisin Bran around. Okay.
I mean, I'm seeing pictures of it, but I don't see anywhere to buy it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's discontinued probably.
It's so sad. Oh, wait. Okay. I am on honeycombcereal.com. This is post website. It says post honeycomb, the original big real honey flavor. Buy now. Does it actually take me anywhere? Hang on. This is breaking as it happens live on the scene right here.
I'm listening.
It says available retailers. That shows.
But is it the same? Do you think it's the same? Like,
I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah. So I don't think anything stays the same.
Let me type in my zip code. This is important business. Type in my zip code here. All right. It says I can buy it from Albertsons, which is the grocery store. It's literally around the corner.
I'm gonna need you to sneak some and just like, I don't know.
Here it is.
Sneak a bowl and keep it in your office.
Cereal is $6 a box.
Where have you been, dude? Inflation, brother.
I thought
inflation.
I thought $7 or $8 for my Magic Spoon was a lot, but it's only like $1 or $2 more for a much healthier cereal. What's going on? Why is cereal $6 a box?
It's like $5 or $6 more.
If you buy a full price, it's $10 a box typically. So yeah.
Let's see, Magic Spoons.
I like I said, I typically wait until it's on sale and then it's like $7, but. Or like 4 at grocery outlet, and it has a little.
Oh, soggy. Speak of the devil, it's on sale for $8.49. On sale for $8.49.
I mean, it's only a couple bucks more than the freaking honeycomb here.
Yeah, but how many bowls am I going to get out of it?
Not as much as this family size honeycomb.
A 6-pack is $54. I mean, I guess that's $9 a box, but still. Is there a sampler maybe? I don't know. We're way in the weeds.
Way off the rails here.
Way in the weeds.
Every time Sir Princelot writes in a question, it's like recipe for disaster every time. I don't know why we take questions from him anymore, because this always happens. We're 41 minutes in and we haven't talked about a single video game.
It's a legendary discussion that we're having. It's one that needs to be had, right? The streets need to make sure, they need to know where we stand on breakfast cereals.
If only we had a show where we could just talk about things like this, have nothing to do with
you know what I mean?
games.
And we do it, just off the record, just casually talking about it every so often.
Late at night.
I guess we'll have to look into that.
We'll have to look into that. I do want to say though, this is rewinding a little bit back to housekeeping, because we're done with mailbag segment. Okay. This is the in-between. Welcome to the in-between. This is a segment between segments here, Super Gamer Boys.
Whoa.
We didn't mention that
floating in the in-between.
There's a new Animal Crossing article out there by a friend of ours, one
friend of the show,
Carrie Lambertson. She's gonna hate that we're doing this, but I just want to say, hey, this is a great article. You should go check out a screen rant. 8 harsh lessons I learned after restarting my Animal Crossing island. And I just want to say thanks for the little shout out in her tweet. She says, a few months ago, I restarted my island on Animal Crossing. Click the link to get my thoughts on both the good and the bad that experience, especially number 1. Some of these thoughts were also inspired by talking with Homeboy from the Super Gamer Boys. Heart to
That's me.
So thank you so much, Carrie, for just, it's an incredible article. So congrats on an incredible article, but also thank you so much for just shouting out my boy Adrian here and Super Gamer Boys. Appreciate it. That's pretty cool.
Dude, how weird is this, man? Like, we were just we started this just to talk about video games, and now we're, you know what I mean? Like, the conversations that we have on our streams, help people to come up with like real publication articles. That's crazy to me.
It's cool.
I'm not saying we had any hand in it, but just the fact that
we did absolutely no work.
I will never take credit for that. I'm just saying the fact that, our opinion can make somebody go, maybe I should look into that. That's
yeah, it's
wild.
Cool. It's very
wild.
Cool. So thank you, Carrie. Shout out to Carrie. Go check out that article. Maybe I'll even, if I remember, put it in the show description. I just posted it on Twitch. So if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, links in the chat. And then check on the podcast and YouTube later. All right. You know what? It's now time for the nerdy nudes.
It's now time for the nerdy nudes. I'm so scared of the day that I mess that up or like my voice cracks, dude, because I'll never be able to take it back. It's on wax. It's too late.
It's out there, recorded, hard copied. Oh man, I hope that never happens. Hope it never happens.
Me too. Oh.
But you know what?
I'd never live it down.
Never live it down. JJ would haunt you forever. The ghost of JJ. Rest in peace. All right, this first news story comes to us from a PlayStation blog written by Gillen McAllister. Take everything we're about to read here with a grain of salt, because apparently can't trust anything they write over there on PlayStation blog. I guess we could have talked about that this week, but it felt a little redundant. Basically, remember last week we talked about the article with Neil Druckmann. Made some statements about AI, made some statements about how their next game is going to be the second coming of Christ and all that.
As is every Naughty Dog game.
Yeah. Well, we talked about last week how he came out and he's like, I didn't quite say it like that. And he shared the full transcript of what he actually said, not the edited down version that went on PlayStation blog. And then it wasn't even like 2 days later, PlayStation straight up apologizes to Neil Druckmann publicly, pulls the entire interview down, just nukes it, gone. And it was just like, we regret, what we did, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's this whole thing. Basically, the bottom line is...
Imagine the sway you have to be able to make full-on big PlayStation pull an interview, dude.
PlayStation just... tail between their legs, just ran off.
Sorry, Neil. Sorry.
Oh man, wild. So
the phone call behind the scenes must have been crazy. He must have been just using every word in the book.
The only thing I could think of is like, that guy got fired. I don't know who wrote that. Who wrote the interview,
he's out of
but
here. He's out of here.
He's having a rough go right now, unfortunately. So, yeah, so that was a little joke I was making here. Let's see how much we can actually trust this what's revealed state of play article. All right. I mean, this article starts off right. Here's the big dog. We're the big hitter right here at the top of the list. So this is in order on how it was announced, because this was actually the last thing announced. But Astrobot is back in a supersized space adventure, his biggest to date. In this brand new game, you will explore 6 galaxies and over 80 levels in search of Astro's scattered crew. The game launches this September 6th with pre-orders beginning June 7th. That's right, Astrobot's back, baby. He's getting the game he deserves.
There we go.
The respect he deserves. And my favorite thing about this is that people are actually playing the game now. Like, have you seen that on Twitter? I feel like it's been a wave of people being like, all right, I guess I'll give it a shot. And people loving it. People are really enjoying it for the most part. Right? I don't know.
I'm fine with
Maybe
that.
It's just me. Yeah, it's great. I even some of our people who follow our show, they were watching the live stream, and I was, we talked about it big on last week's episode. I talked about it during the live reaction. And then in the Discord, I saw it was a Crimson, I believe, mentioned that, it says, you guys got me curious to finally give Astro's Playroom a chance.
And then what happened? He played it, got to the credits, and said, oh, yeah, this is actually rad.
Yeah, he says, I think you're both onto something when you say it's the best PS5 game. I enjoyed it much more than I thought I would. I'm stoked for the follow-up in September.
Because it is.
Boom, that's right. It's up there. So if you haven't played Astro's Playroom, what are you doing?
I said this, I tweeted this a little while ago when the news was coming out and when like everybody was talking about it. I said, if you tell me you have a PS5 and you haven't played Astro's Playroom, to me, you don't have a PS5. I feel like that's a rite of passage. You have to play that game.
Right.
It is.
Yeah. Like, honestly, the PlayStation shouldn't even work until you finish Astro's Playroom.
Like, it should. It doesn't let you to the main menu.
That's
you
the
can't
tutorial.
buy anything else until you finish Astro's.
Yeah, it's a mandatory tutorial to even turn on your PlayStation. Like, it should turn on, go to Astro's Playroom, and you can't even access the home screen until you finish the game.
Nope,
like,
you can't put your account in. You can't go online. Anything. You have to play Astro's Playroom first.
I would be fine with that. Like, I kind of wish PlayStation would implement that. I wish I was good at coding, because I wish I could hack a version of PlayStation that I could like buy a PlayStation for a gift for someone, put that on there, and then give it to him and be like, sorry.
Have fun.
Figure it out. No, it's a very good game. Everyone should play it.
It's an excellent game, man. I am so stoked about this Astrobot game. I'm going to be there day one. Sony straight up lied. You realize that? Remember they were like, oh, we don't have any new titles of our biggest IP or our first party IP coming out this year.
Yeah.
Remember they said that? They lied in our faces.
Well,
they realized they got one of the best coming out in September.
But I think that's the unfortunate truth right there, is they don't see this as one of their major IPs, which is so sad.
They're out of their mind.
I think after the reaction from this state of play and when this game comes out, though, like I hope that changes. Like, so that was another article I read on YouTube. The launch and the announcement trailer for Astrobot had 100% upvote rating on the video, and that's like,
let's go.
Probably like what, tens of thousands of views, if not more. 100% up, and that was, I don't know when that. I'm sure it's changed now. But then like Concord, another game we're going to talk about here, had like a 31% like, with like mostly downvotes. And I'm like, what a wild, just like everyone, because they obviously were so excited about Concord being like, that was the first thing they showed off. And that's just getting all the hate. And then Astro, everyone's like, Astro, just chanting.
You know what it is, I think too, for me about the Astro series is like that. Not even just Playroom, but like Rescue Mission, and now that we got Astro Bot, his literal like first full-on game coming out, that is PlayStation to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Feels like the old PlayStation.
Exactly. It feels like when they had stuff for everybody, right? They had stuff like Astro's, like what Astro's Playroom would have been back in the day, right? Your Crashes, your Spyros, your Parappas, and then they had other stuff that they had racing, they had Gran Turismo for the people who were hardcore into that. They had they didn't make it, but like Resident Evil, or just things. They had stuff that ran the gamut, because
shooters,
now it's
action, horror, JRPGs.
Right.
Like they had, but like
they had a little bit of everything.
Good
and
mascot
the stuff that
platformers for kids, like all this.
Yeah,
stuff.
and the stuff that wasn't like super duper serious is like it was really goofy at times, and they promoted it right alongside the serious stuff. It's like, no, we run the gamut, because now it's all like, and I'm not saying that Last of Us or Ghost or Horizon, that they're not good games and they can't be tent poles, but it would be cool to see in between those, and not even in between as in negative, but like alongside those, more games like Astro, where it's fun.
Right.
It's fun. It's kooky. It has a heart to it.
The silly side of PlayStation.
Right. We can still be fun and be creative, but we can also give you a Last of Us too. And that I think we talk about that a lot, is they're missing that diversity in their lineup. And I think people
100%.
are starting to realize that, and they're starting to get tired of, yeah, Last of Us is awesome, but I don't need every single game on PlayStation to be a Last of Us.
I don't need to finish every PlayStation game and
hate humanity.
Hate humanity.
And question my existence.
Be in tears. Like every game is just like, all right, I'm just crying again, or I'm sad, or I'm depressed. And I'm like, I'm impressed, but I'm also depressed. Like, give me something where I can like be happy and joyful and like,
right.
Oh wow, this is really fun and upbeat and enjoyable, not just like, oh wow, the world sucks, or oh wow, this is such a hard thing, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I miss the old PlayStation and just, again, the silliness that they brought to the table, like Parappa the Rapper, and I don't know why I said like that, Parappa the Rapper, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, like so many fun cartoon little buddies who just did stupid things, and it was great. It was fantastic. So Astro's Bot.
I don't know. Just be weird, PlayStation. Be weird again.
Be weird.
It's okay. I miss the weird. And I'm not talking about your console designs. You don't have to be weird with those.
Yeah.
You did your one weird one, and we got it. We don't need another weird one with that. Just stick to, conventional design. It's okay. I don't need another whatever the PS5 is. It's all right.
It's fine. It's pretty cool. I like it.
I never thought I would say this. I wish I still had my original model. I cannot stand the slim. And I think my fan is crooked because I can hear it.
I was trying to
I can hear like I can hear like when I turn it on, and when it has to like play a pretty intensive game, I can hear the little in there.
Oh, weird. Have you tried like blowing it out, like getting like a little can of air? Because maybe there's just like a little like piece of dust or something stuck in there.
But no, this was like since I've first got it, I've been hearing that. I don't know if I should like take it out and like reseat it and see if that would help.
I wonder. Yeah, like there might just be like there might have been something jammed in there from manufacturing, or maybe it is faulty. Maybe a bearing is gone in the fan, or maybe you should, before it's too late, call support and see if you can get like a replacement fan or something like that. Yeah.
Or it's a replacement console. Hey, can I have one of the old ones, please?
Yeah. I'll take an old one.
Do you think...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Do you think somebody would be crazy enough if I was like, if I put up a slim for a trade for an original? Do you think somebody would do that?
They might. It wouldn't hurt to try, right? What's the worst that happens is you just don't get any hits, and you still have a PS5 to play games on. And if you do get a hit, then you can get the old one. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Sorry.
No, that's not a bad idea. I don't know.
Yeah. Just do a 1-for-1 swap.
Yeah. You're like, hey, I have a PS5 Slim and I want the Fat Boy.
I hate this. I hate PS5 Slim, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a funny conversation, though. People would be like I just imagine all the DMs, people being like,
why are you doing this? And I have to tell them, actually, I don't like the design of the PS5 Slim.
I hate how it looks.
I really don't like it. And I'm not the biggest fan of the original PS5, but it grew on me and it looks much better than the Slim. So.
And they have all the fun side plates for the big one. Like, do they have any side, like, extra
There's
face
side
plates
plates for the Slims.
Is there? Okay. I thought
it's not going to help it. It's not. Changing the color is not going to help it. Sorry.
I mean, I custom cut my own side panel for mine. I have like a Death Stranding. I was trying to take it off so I could show the camera, but it won't come off. But I love it. I like my design. I cut like a vinyl cutout that I stuck on the side, and it looks
the
sick.
handprints.
Yeah, but like it was with my brother-in-law has a really high quality like vinyl sticker cutter. It's like a professional one, so it actually looks like super professional. Like if I was to sell this, like I could totally like rip someone off and be like, "What the heck? My door just
What
opened."
the heck?
It's just the wind. It scared me though. I saw something moving in the camera. I'm like, what is happening? I was like, I could totally sell this as like a special edition Death Stranding PS5. Only one ever made.
One of one.
Won in a contest. No. Oh man. We should probably move on here. Concord was another thing that was announced there, and this is, as we mentioned earlier, a big old flop. At least as reception goes. It seems like the general reception is not very hot on this game. Today's State of Play revealed the first look at gameplay, universe, and characters of Concord, as well as how and when you'll be able to get your hands on the 5v5 character-driven first-person multiplayer shooter.
I'm going to take a nap while you read this one.
A beta is planned for later this year, followed by Concord's global launch on PS5 and PC on August 23rd, 2024. So it's coming out a couple months here. It's just Valorant. It's just Overwatch.
It's
PlayStation
just Marvel Rivals. It's just
PlayStation is trying to do their own, and I'm not about it.
They're way too late.
Yeah, this is something that should have come out like, I don't know,
3 years ago,
5-6 years ago, even. Like I think it could have been, the talent, like as the tail end of Overwatch. Before Overwatch 2
if it came out 6 years ago, it would have got bulldozed because that Overwatch was still in its prime. Because Overwatch came out 2016 and it was rolling for a good minute.
Okay. Yeah, maybe right then, like 3-4 years ago. Yeah, they're just late to the boat with this one. And then even like the little cinematic that they showed, I don't know, did you like the dialogue in that? Was so cheesy.
I said it when you were reacting. I'm like, what is this TV show? Yeah, what is this TV show writing that they got going on?
Yeah, it's so basically from what I understand from the teaser is all the gameplay is going to be multiplayer 5v5. So it's you and like 4 random people against 5 other random people, but somehow it's going to progress a single player storyline. Which I guess they do with Destiny. Basically, it's just like the Crucible of Destiny. Isn't that one of the game modes of Destiny is Crucible? Basically, it's Crucible, but I think a lot of the actually Kajoma said that he was in the chat when I was watching his stream. I think he looked it up and he saw that a lot of ex-Bungie devs are working at Firewalk Studios. So it kind of explains it. It's basically just Destiny and Overwatch had a baby.
That's fair. And they also got to be new Bungie devs, I feel like, because old Bungie devs wouldn't make something like this. Not the ones that worked on the Halos. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't know. It was, not my cup of tea. Not super excited for it, but I don't know.
It's not my cup of tea either. And then also, exactly, to each their own. We never, root for a game to fail. Never, ever. That's an insane thing to say. It's just not for us. I'm tired of seeing hero shooters, especially after the one hero shooter that I actually clicked with, ended up running itself into the ground and is now a shell of its former self.
Yeah.
I'm burnt out on hero shooters. I'm good. I don't even want to play the Marvel one actually, and I'm good. I've had my fill over the years. I don't need another one.
Tapped out.
Tapped out.
God
Like
of
Call of
War-
Duty. I don't need to play another Call of Duty. I did the Modern Warfares. I did all 3 of those, and I did 2 Black Ops, and they were gonna end it there. And I was like, all right, I understand what Call of Duty is. I've seen enough. I'm good.
We know we know what's going on here.
Right.
God of War Ragnarok coming to PC. That was a rumor a couple weeks ago. And
That's quick. That's right after Ghost.
September 19th, 2024. So it's still 3 months out. But yeah.
Why are they moving at such a clip, though? I wonder.
I mean, a spring one and a fall one. That makes sense.
Didn't Ghost just come out a month ago? Wouldn't that still be summer? No, I guess not.
No, summer doesn't really start till June here. We're just kind of getting the summer now. So it was like, beginning of May or whatever. So it was like the tail end of spring, and this is coming out kind of at the beginning of fall. So yeah.
So do you think we get Spider-Man into the year then?
I don't think we're getting anything
or
more
January.
This year. I think it's a next year, like a January, February release. I could see that.
Because they got to get that out of the way before Last of Us comes out.
Yeah, but isn't the TV series until like the end of the year? So I could see Last of Us 2 being a summer release right before the show comes out in the fall or something.
Right. That makes sense.
But we'll see. But yeah, God of War Ragnarok. The first one's already on PC. So if you haven't played it and you don't have a PlayStation, go play that one.
Do yourself a favor.
Yeah. I mean, that my review of the games were basically they're both phenomenal games, but I like the first one a little bit better. So
and that's fair.
Go play the first one. It's an incredible game, and then go play the second one because it's also an incredible game.
I think I'm the opposite. I think they're both phenomenal games, and I think Ragnarok is a little bit better than the original.
Okay. There is a little controversy around this. We could have talked about this too, but apparently you're gonna have to log into PlayStation in order to play this game. So it's a whole Helldivers debacle over again. But at least they're letting people know ahead of time. They're letting people know ahead of time.
The thing about this one that I'm like, okay, I agree with this is it's not a, how should I put it? It's not a multiplayer experience, right? It's a single player game. So you're not cross playing between PlayStation and PC for this one.
So to me, that makes you're getting less sense though. Yeah,
but you're getting trophies.
Yeah, but I mean, you can get trophies through Steam too. Steam has trophies. Yeah.
So this is my question: is if you want people to sign into a PlayStation account, why don't they just make their own launcher?
Oh, because people lose. People don't like launchers. We're gonna be talking about that next article. So,
but you don't think PlayStation could get away with it?
No, especially PlayStation.
Like Epic, I understand because people already don't like Epic games, right?
No,
I feel like that's the case, but PlayStation is like a tried and true, multi-decade,
but PlayStation
worldwide phenomenon brand. And if they were like, we're bringing all our games to PC on our exclusive launcher, where you have to have a PlayStation account, I don't know.
I don't think so. The PC master race people are already so anti-console. The fact that they're even willing to buy a PlayStation game on Steam is kind of a miracle to me. So like when you think about it, because they're so supporting, it's amazing. It's a group I've been a part of for a long time. I joined a long time ago. I'm not really part of it now, but there's a Facebook group I'm a part of called PC Master Race, PCMR, and the posts in there are wild, like how anti-console, not just the console, the box, but just those businesses as well, is rampant. Like it's insane how nasty they get in there, the things they say and talk about. And so to me, it's like, wow, it's a miracle that they even are buying PlayStation games through Steam. So if PlayStation was to come out and be like, hey, we got another launcher for you, I think they'd riot. They'd lose their minds over there, because they I don't know. Yeah, they were so up in arms about Helldivers trying to add login support. I'm surprised people aren't. I mean, they are. They've been kind of ravenous a little bit over there about this too. Like, I think it'd be a step too far to be like, hey, come to our launcher as well. I don't know. This is my opinion.
Maybe I'm just viewing it through the lens of I don't have enough energy or enough motivation to care about, you know,
yeah, no, me neither.
something like that. But
no, the PC gamers are a whole nother breed. Just it's absolutely.
I feel
wild.
like I would be too busy actually playing the games to be, you know, caring about whatever is making them all have an aneurysm. So that's just me though.
Until Dawn coming to PS5 and PC.
Now this is a weird one. I don't know what they're thinking.
It's not. I initially thought, because their whole thing is that it's been rebuilt and enhanced for PS5 and PC. But when I watched that trailer,
I didn't see anything better.
I didn't
see anything better looking at all.
I was like, this looks the same, if not slightly worse than PS4. I feel like or maybe not worse.
And it was running terribly. Was it at 30?
It wasn't running great. I was very, I don't know, shocked because it's been rebuilt and enhanced for PlayStation 5 and PC. But I'm like, no way. Like this looks.
I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it.
This looks exactly the same as when it first came out on PS4. I mean, and that's just saying a lot for the PS4, honestly. Like it looked incredible on PS4 for its time. Like it was incredible.
Oh yeah, back in the day, yeah.
But for them to say this is essentially a remake of it, I don't know. Like I'm kind of shocked. I don't understand this at all. What they're doing.
And it's also still so recent to have a remake.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild. I don't know what they're even like. I could see them bring it to PC. That makes sense. But why the PS5 aspect of it, especially since it's not actually even like hardly enhanced, right? I don't know.
I don't know what the play is here.
Shout out to Trouser Snouch, just rated the channel. Thank
you so much. What's up, my man?
He's that's right. If you've listened to our show before, DJ Trooz, we listen to his music a lot of times in the background of this show. Not this week, unfortunately. Sorry, Trooz. But go check his stuff out. He's a fantastic dude and makes some sick music. I love Giving Kittens in the chat says Sony made something worse. Consider me shocked.
Fair take. Fair take. Can't be mad at that.
Oh man.
Also, real quick,
yes.
I don't know if he is okay with me putting his business out there, but he put it in the Discord. Shout out to Trouser. He recently celebrated, I think it was 7 years. 7 years sober.
Oh yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Very cool. Congrats, dude.
Congrats, man. Proud of you, bro.
Yeah, Until Dawn. I don't know what they're doing over there. We got a VR game no one cares about. Path of Exile 2, no one cares about. Monster Hunter Wilds.
Let's go.
Here we go.
It looks so good. Oh,
it looks very good. It looks very good. Someone was saying they thought.
I'm so stoked.
Before they announced the year it was coming, someone was like, "Oh, maybe it could come out like later this year." And I'm like, I don't know. Like looking at, there was a few moments where I'm like, "Ooh, this still looks kind of rough," but like overall, like the monsters are looking sick. Like the destructible worlds and all this crazy stuff, like bringing like mountains down on their heads, like. Absolutely wild.
Dude, when I saw that, my jaw dropped. Like, oh, you could use the environment to get the, oh my God. You can hit them with destructible, like rocks and just stuff. Oh man. Now, the only thing that did look a little rough, which they could still fix up, is the NPCs. The NPCs that aren't in your immediate squad and like aren't your handler. They were looking real rough, and the lip sync was looking real bad. So, but also that's not the important thing about the game. So I can let that slide. Totally. I'm probably gonna look at them for maybe a total of 2 minutes. So it's whatever.
Yeah, this game looks like a ton of fun, and I had kind of mentioned on the stream when it was live was like I played a little bit of Monster Hunter Worlds, and I enjoyed my time, but I ultimately fell off because. I mean, it's a game that's best with a community, playing with friends. And at the time, like I didn't necessarily have that. Like, I think that was even before you were like really like part of Super Gamer Boys. Like you were a Patreon producer, I think, you may be doing it, but I didn't really know you that much. Like we were still kind of like, we were just like random internet buddies. And now it's like, with this game coming out, I'm like, all right, I got Adrian. We might need to go hard into some Monster Hunter Wilds.
Dude, say the word. That's another one that I'm there day one. Are you kidding? I'm going all in on that one. I haven't had a good Monster Hunter good hunting with the buds, hunting with the boys, trapping with the guys session. I missed out, unfortunately, on Rise because nobody I knew had Rise when it first came out on Switch. So I had to solo that one. But oh man, there's nothing like hunting with a team. Back when when Monster Hunter 4 was the big thing on 3DS. Oh, if you could find a good online team of 3 other buddies and you all coordinate, okay, I'm gonna get this. I need you to get these traps so that when this happens and they get hit by this, we're gonna track them. You set up a trap over here and you hit them with the blowgun from way. Oh man. And seeing the strap get pulled off, dude, nothing like it. Nothing like it.
So good. So yeah, look forward to that. It looks like 2025. No date, no, not even a time of year, but it's next year. Look forward.
I'll be there. Don't matter. It could be Christmas Day.
Another game that's looking rough for being a remake. Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
Launches
Yikes.
October 8th on PS5, which I was excited about. I'm like, great, spooky gamer boys, got a game locked down. Playing some Silent Hill 2s. I've never played the original one, so I'm excited to jump into this. But boy, is it me or the graphics kind of rough in this too, right? Like I don't know.
Very much so.
Kind of. I don't know. Yeah, I was kind of shocked for it being like a ground up remake because we've seen some incredible stuff from. Well, is this Capcom or who? No, this is Konami. See, I guess that's the thing. So Capcom did Resident Evil. Yeah. Capcom's great at the remakes, but Konami,
But Konami still has the Fox. They have Fox engine. So
yeah, I guess I guess I don't know what engine they're using for this game. Like, are they actually using Fox engine or are they using their own separate proprietary thing, or are they just using Unreal for this? Who knows? I don't know. I was just kind of shocked by that, but overall it still looks creepy, looks spooky, looks scary. But I was just surprised. Like, the biggest thing was like the character's face, even the main character, like the main dude. I'm like, I don't know, it just like looked weird. It looked off.
You can't pull up with a ground up remake nowadays when you got models that look like Aloy and that look like Ellie, you know what I mean?
It's true.
Sitting there, and it's like, the environments are not really that big in Silent Hill. So if you're not focusing a whole lot on that, and the only other thing you have to work on is the models, I don't know if you really have much of a leg to stand on as to why they look so subpar.
Yeah. Sox Evidence says it's Unreal Engine 5, which that's even
less of an excuse.
Yeah,
for them then. They made the Matrix demo in Unreal 5, and look how good they look.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm no game developer, but
of course.
So far, everything we've seen from Unreal Engine 5, they make it seem like you snap your fingers and it comes out looking like freaking, top-notch AAA. I'm sure that's not true, but you know what I'm getting at. It's just like these are professionals with a tool that's very capable. It's surprising that it's not turning out the way we all thought. Like, this should have been like playing a movie almost. Like, that's what I was like almost expecting to see, like this super atmospheric, like just hyper realistic, super creepy, whatever. But it's like, oh, this is a video game, freaking video game,
Kitten says in the chat, he says, art doesn't depend on the engine at this point. It depends on your art department, which is very real.
Yeah.
So maybe the art department just doesn't have a handle on what's possible with UE, and they're not working.
Or for them,
they're not working hand in hand.
Or it's just this is the look they wanted to go for. Maybe they didn't want to go for like the super hyper realistic. But that's just surprising. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, right? Like, I don't know.
I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like if you have all the resources and it's an exclusive, so you only have to develop for one SKU.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was Bloober Team. Stokes7 just says, I have zero faith since it was Bloober.
I didn't know that. They made the medium. Okay.
Medium. But the medium looked great. It just was a weird game. Wasn't. I thought there was moments, had its moments. I guess.
I thought the big deal was that, it's doing the double rendering. You render one
you're
world and render
right.
the other.
Yeah, no, now that and Blair Witch, he says, which Blair Witch also is not great. Yeah. They don't have the best.
Now, you know what? Coming back to,
it all checks
circling
out.
back, knowing that, that tracks.
This all tracks.
Okay. All right.
Alien
Let's keep moving.
Rogue Incursion. This game, I could care less that it's coming on PSVR 2. It's a VR title. But afterwards, after watching the trailer, I was like, I need to know, is this coming to Steam or Oculus or anywhere else? And I am happy to report that it is indeed coming to Oculus 3, Quest 3 and to Steam.
Let's go.
So I was like, shoot, I don't have the Quest. I have the Quest 2, not the Quest 3. But then I saw Steam logo. I'm like, baby, we're in. This game, it literally looks like Alien Isolation, but in VR, and I love it. This might be another one. This says holiday 2024. I hope it's around Halloween, because again, this might be another Spooky Gamer Boys game where I stream me getting terrified, being chased by a freaking alien in VR. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm excited about that. Marvel Rivals, another hero shooter. Is this another Concord? You know?
Yep, pretty much.
Kajoma, our Patreon producer, he's been loving it. He's been playing the alpha, and he's looking forward to the beta. But honestly,
more power to him.
Yeah. So if
it's
you're
not
into
my thing anymore.
Marvel characters, go check it out. Dynasty Warriors Origins, they're back. It's been a little bit since we've seen a Dynasty Warriors. Unleashes the largest battles ever in a Muso game. And Dynasty Warriors Origin coming to PS5 in 2025. A new hero emerges to fight for the survival in intense Three Kingdoms hack and slash warfare. So if you've been missing some just beating a bunch of dudes up,
I have, good buddy. I need a Muso game, and that sounds like this is right up my alley. Let's do it.
So good. And then the last couple things were things I'd never heard of. Ballad of Antara, Infinity Nikki, and Where Winds Meet. Let me tell you, a lot of them. I think the Where Winds Meet and then the Ballad of Antaria both had very heavy Souls look to them. Like one of them, I was even like, oh, is this Elden Ring DLC? And I'm like, nope. This is. I think it was the Ballad of Antara. It totally looked like some of the worlds. I'm like, this looks like Elden Ring. This is totally like the world from Elden Ring. What's happening?
I believe it.
They're just some smaller, maybe AA titles. I don't know if they're quite indie, but AA titles that are coming and you can look forward to if you so please. So that's it. That went long, but yes, that was the state of play. I gave it like a D. It wasn't a complete failure.
Wow.
But the only thing that gave it, that helped it pass, because the reason it wasn't a straight up F is because of Astrobot.
See, I gave it a C because of Astrobot and Monster Hunter.
Maybe a D plus, if that's even a thing we could do here.
Okay. Fair.
I don't know, because for me, like, Monster Hunter was sick too, but that's just how bad. It's not saying that Astrobot and Monster Hunter isn't incredible, but that's just how bad I felt about everything else.
That's fair. Yeah, this state of play was definitely underwhelming. I just don't I don't know. I'm worried. I'm worried about the rest of this generation, man.
Yeah,
as I've been worried about the beginning part of this generation. After most of the this generation was very front loaded, I feel like, and I think we're gonna fizzle out. Kinda,
right?
I mean, what, Horizon in the first couple years, Dark Souls in the first couple years, Spider-Man in the first 2-3 years. What else? Returnal in the first 2-3 years. Two Spider-Man in the first couple of years.
I guess if you're talking as PlayStation as a whole, I guess, again, as this is a discussion we've had 100 times on this show, but looking at this generation, PlayStation 5, there was only like 3 or 4 actual PS5 exclusive games. So yeah, I guess it's been front loaded, but even that, like, we're only looking at like
I know. I'm speaking of like, look, I'm trying to work with the scraps we got. All right.
Yeah, I know.
Give me a little bit of a break here.
This is frustrating. Like, you can buy this box. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of other Fortunately, there's lots of third-party stuff to be playing. Like, I'm still in the
Right.
middle of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's great. But yeah, it's just a bummer when it's like, all right, we're hoping to get more PlayStation stuff and we're not getting PlayStation stuff.
Until the tail end, when it's time for them to start selling you the PS6.
Yeah. Kitten says, I can't believe they cut my game out of the state of play. Are you being like for real right now? Because I know you're developing a game. Did they actually cut it out, or are you just kidding around? I'm curious. I need to know now. I need to know now because I know he's been developing a game for a while. He used to stream his development. It was really fun to watch over on his Twitch channel. But now I'm curious. Oh no, he says no, just being sarcastic. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say
maybe
like,
we could have. Maybe he cut it. Maybe that got cut from there. He could put it in Day of the Devs.
Heck yeah.
Just saying.
Day of the Devs, baby. You're down. Oh, you have a demo on Steam. Okay, you need to send me that link because I will definitely
Immediately.
Check that out. All right, let's move on to the next news story. We are currently an hour and 21 in, and we've done one news story. Adrian, what are we?
Let's do it.
Are
Let's
we in
lightning round
trouble?
him.
All right. Sony hopes PC gamers who will wait for years for Epic exclusives to come to Steam out of spite will buy PS5s for exclusive sequels. This is a PC Gamer article. They're the snarky ones. These are the ones I like them because they're usually a little snarky. Sony's policy toward PC has shifted noticeably over the last few years. The publisher has gradually been bringing more of its exclusive titles to PC and more recently launching games like Helldivers 2, concurrency on PC and PS5. Now the company's soon-to-be co-CEO Herman Hulst has outlined the whys and the wherefores of its current strategy and how we can expect them to approach releases in the future. Speaking at this year's Sony business briefing, Hulst explained that Sony has a dual approach to our game releases. On the live service side, we're releasing our titles simultaneously, so day and date on PS5 and PC, explained. But with the publisher's tentpole titles, big budget single-player games like God of War and Horizon Forbidden West, Hulst says they take a more strategic approach, with the goal of introducing their great franchises to new audiences. Hulst doesn't say how they approach this, but he presumably means releasing them as PlayStation exclusives first and onto PC later. What he does explain, however, is what he hopes Sony will get out of this. We're finding new audiences that are potentially going to be very interested in playing, for example, sequels on the PlayStation platform, he said. We have high hopes that we're actually able to bring new players into PlayStation at large, but into PlayStation platforms specifically. In short, Sony hopes that if you really dug, say, God of War on PC, then you'll be more inclined to invest in a PlayStation 5 to play God of War Ragnarok, while it's exclusive to the platform. There is a logic to this, but I do think Hulse underestimates how patient and determined PC gamers can be. There's a whole contingent of PC gamers who will refuse to buy games on the Epic Game Stores, waiting months or even years until those games release on stream, a la Kingdom Hearts 2. The article doesn't say that, or not Kingdom Hearts 2, but Kingdom Hearts. I remembered you.
In general.
They just announced that. It was originally
Kingdom Hearts is finally coming to PC.
Finally free.
Woo!
And buying a game on Epic incurs no additional cost beyond the game itself. The idea of those players rushing out to drop hundreds of notes on a PS5 so they can play Horizon 3 or whatever seems unlikely. That's not everyone, of course, and the strategy could work for Sony, but it does feel like the need to play things on day one is faded
In
somewhat.
what universe?
Yeah. But it does feel like the need to play things on day one has faded somewhat in this current era of gaming, and the PC gaming community can be awfully intractable when it wants to be. Less than a month ago, PC gamers collectively switched Helldivers 2 review rating on Steam to overwhelmingly negative after Sony tried to reinstate PSN integration. Doing this meant switching hundreds of thousands of reviews to thumbs down, and they did it in a matter of days. When they want to, PC gamers can move the needle, and when it comes to buying games on other platforms, they can likewise refuse to do so. So basically PlayStation's like, hey, we're hoping that you love our game so much you're gonna go spend 500 buckaroonies on a brand new console to play it day and date when it comes out. And
you know that $2,000 PC that you just that you paid for and you're hoping to use for years? Yeah. We don't want you to do that.
Throw in the trash.
We want you to go and spend another $500 and just get a console so you can play them a few months early. Do that.
Yeah,
give us your money now instead of giving us your money later, please.
I don't know why they think this will actually. I'm sure, as we talk about with other things, I'm sure there will be a small number of people who will do this, but I don't think it's enough to, as they said in this article, move the needle. Like,
no,
PC gamers are stubborn. I love how this article very much says like PC gamers will just hunker down for years and wait if they have to. Like they're not in a rush because they have plenty of other games to be playing. There's games that go to PC that don't even come to console. So it's like they have plenty of experiences to be playing through and getting through before they don't need to be playing God of War 27, when it first comes out. They can wait until it comes to Steam 6 years later.
Because they got 1,000 other games that they could be playing right now.
Yeah, I don't know. This thought that they're gonna sway people over is kind of wild. I don't know. But Herman Hulst is gonna Herman Hulst,
Yeah. Speaking of Herman, Sock says in the chat, he says, Herman, we need more Horizon Hulst. Dude, this guy, he wants to make Horizon a thing so bad.
Well,
it's just.
Isn't there like some Lego Horizon game coming out later this year, or like being
apparently
rumored?
I thought it was supposed to be at this thing. Yeah, but I guess not.
I think it's like a rumor or a leak, like a little bit got leaked that maybe there's like a Lego Horizon collaboration happening. It might be actually even be like a Lego video game too. And I'm like, what the heck? No one asked for this.
Nobody, look, people are like, oh, okay, the first Horizon game was pretty cool. And then now we got what? Lego sets. We got a TV show coming out. We got a Lego game apparently. We got a second game. We got a VR experience. Good buddy. Herman, I'm gonna just sit him down and put my hands on his shoulders. Look, bud. It's looking like people don't want it. Okay? We're not saying the games are bad. We're saying that Guerrilla could probably move on to do something else.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just call a spade. Horizon is not selling like Sony needs it to be to continue for it. I wonder if that was part of his conditions for becoming CEO. Was like, I'll be CEO. Yeah, I'll be CEO, but in return, you have to continue to let me make whatever Horizon product I want.
Yeah, Horizon's now the tentpole Sony game. Like the mascot for Sony. Oh, man. Kitten says, Sony been doing everything they can to make it easy to not buy their games at all. I need a PlayStation account to play a game by myself on PC? No, thanks. Obviously in reference to the God of War Ragnarok where, you gotta log in.
I mean, it's a fair take, but I don't know. They seem to think otherwise.
Soak says, I bet if they released all the Killzone games on PC, they'd outsell Horizon. And honestly,
I 100% believe that.
I would purchase all the Killzone games. Like, they are incredible. They are so good. Oh, man. Wild. All right, let's get into this last news story here before we go too late. $400,000 worth of stolen Playdate handhelds found outside of a random restaurant. This is written by Blair Marnell over at GameSpot. You heard that right. I think it was 2-3 months ago, we talked about Playdate, $400,000 worth of Playdates going missing. And they were accidentally dropped off. I guess I'll just read the article, I'll probably say. But we reported on this a few months ago, and here's the update. Here we go. It's been just over 2 years since Panic introduced its throwback handheld gaming system, Playdate, which has more in common with a Game Boy than a Steam Deck. Here, I'll hold mine up so you guys can all see it. Look at this beautiful little device. I love mine. That discovery may be why thieves dumped over $400,000 worth of stolen Playdate handhelds in front of a random restaurant with little fanfare. Panic's official account on X revealed the incident and shared photos of the recovered handhelds. According to Panic, the shipment was delivered at the wrong address by FedEx before thieves scooped them up and later left them behind. In a follow-up message, Panic said that more details would likely be shared on an upcoming episode of the Playdate podcast. Panic also I asked, can we sell these as a limited edition? Playdate Hot? As promotional... I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Throw a little extra something in there, maybe. They need someone to develop a Playdate game about stealing Playdates.
Stealing Playdates? A Playdate burglar?
And then it's like exclusive on these hot Playdates. As promotional campaigns go, that might work. While Panic's account noted that some boxes of Playdates were open and systems were still missing or sold, the company suggested that it's a crucial part of how we got these back. At the moment, the company expressed that this was our best possible outcome, the result of lots of time and detective work, before adding, okay, fine, we enjoyed it. But yeah, so here's some pictures from over on Twitter here. So straight up, just like someone just dumped, I don't know, what is this, like 20 boxes, 30 boxes of play dates?
Probably around there. A pallet for sure. A pallet.
It's just like it's a few pallets. Like it's a lot of boxes here. To set up behind like a random restaurant. Like imagine that coming in, getting ready to unlock for the day. Or it looks like it's a new restaurant and like they're maybe working on it right now. So you're showing up to the work, go do some plumbing, this new restaurant, and like, what the heck? Why is these aren't tools? This isn't materials. This is a video game. What's happening?
We can't use this.
Absolutely wild. I just would love to see the people's faces who stole them initially, thinking it's like, oh, we got the next best thing, thinking it's like a freaking Steam Deck OLED or something, like $700 or $800 worth of like gaming consoles and stuff. Because I mean, the box says like, I think it's the Playdate gaming, like it says something about gaming on it. So they're probably like, ooh, okay, we're gonna make big bucks. Put these up on eBay, baby.
I bet you they won't put that on the box anymore.
And then they getting home and realizing like, oh, like this is a very niche product.
I can't sell these.
Boutique kind of handheld console, like not something that everyone's rushing out to get. Unfortunately, I wish people would, because it's an incredible system. I love mine. Adrian adores his, but crazy. It's a lot of play dates, man. Glad they got most of them. I didn't get all of them, but glad they got most of them back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, take your win where you can get it.
Yep. All right, that is it for the nerdy nudes. Now it's time for our Patreon ad.
All right, speedrun version, go.
All right, this is the part of the show where I tell you to go over to patreon.com/supergamerboys and support us over there, starting at just $1 a month. That's right, $1 gets you episodes early and ad-free, such as this show, such as our Patreon-exclusive show, Super Later Boys, even Patreon-exclusive seasons of Super Gamer Book Clubs, like Season 1. If you want early access and exclusive content, $1 a month gets you, all of that. $5 a month, you can get the show notes early, know exactly what we're going to be talking about here on the show, leave your own questions, comments, concerns, thoughts. Basically, if you want your voice heard on the show, think about supporting us there, and we'll read it here on air if you have any thoughts on the topics that we are discussing. You can also support us at the $10 a month level, which is a Super Gamer sponsor, $10 a month, and you get all those previous perks and a big old shout out at the top of the show. And then the top dog tier Patreon producer, $15 a month, you get all the previous perks, and you get to pitch us a segment for the show, or maybe a separate product, whether it's some fun little content we put out on Instagram or TikTok or something like that. So if you're interested at all in pitching a segment to us, I'd recommend pitching it first, letting us know, hitting us up. And then if we give you the A-OK, support us over there, then we'll go ahead and run it. It's like super indie boys back in the day with Adrian's baby. We've had Kajoma's Card Game Corner, currently from Kajoma. We've had a lot of different fun segments through the years, and it's always a good time. So if you have something fun you think you'd love to watch us talk about and watch us do, think about supporting us over there, patreon.com/supergamerboys. SGBstore.com, you can buy some sweet merch, or at least soon you should be able to. I think actually the site's down right now, so maybe I won't read this ad right now. But we usually have hats, we usually have shirts, we usually have stickers, mugs. But right now I'm in the middle of revamping things. So stay tuned, I guess, for some exciting new merch coming soon. Subscribe on Twitch. That's right. If you're watching over here at twitch.tv/thesupergamerboys, we would love it if you dropped your free Prime gaming subscription on our channel. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link that to your Twitch account, or even if your grandma has Amazon Prime, if your aunt has Amazon Prime, if your boss's brother-in-law has Amazon Prime, if they're not using their free Prime gaming sub, if that's not linked to their Twitch account, ask for that login. Go ahead and link it to yours and take that $5 from Jeff Bezos. As we said last week, he doesn't need that foot long. He take it for yourself. Give it over to us. We'd appreciate it. So you could support us for free. It costs you $0. We get $5. Also, allows you to get ad-free viewing on our Twitch channel. So while we're live streaming, you don't have to deal with any interruptions in the middle. And access to our emotes over here in the chat. So, if you want to help support the channel and get some perks in return, think about dropping that free Prime Gaming sub. All right, let's get back to the show. All right, Adrian, this is the part of the show. Yes, thank you. That was a lot of breath at the end of that. I felt like an auctioneer over here. Hey, I'm gonna here, one over there, 10 over here, 10 over here,
Patreon, the $1 sub,
$1 sub,
$1 sub.
Do I hear a 15? Do I have 15? Adrian, what you playing, buddy?
Oh boy, what am I playing? So I decided, I don't know why.
Okay.
Got a hair up my butt. I restarted Breath of the Wild lately.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Just, post, how should I say? Tears of the Kingdom, experiencing Tears of the Kingdom.
Was it a Lego set? It was a Lego set, wasn't it? You saw a Lego set.
Well, no, it wasn't necessarily. It wasn't the Lego set. It was more of I feel like it's been long enough at this point to where I can go back and kind of appreciate this one for what it is, and I would love to see how this stacks up post Tears of the Kingdom, and just see how that experience colors playing this game again, for the first time in a long time. Okay. And so far, I'm still having a really good time. The intro still hits, when you first run out and you see Hyrule for the first time. I don't think that's ever not going to hit.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
But yeah, I can't really say anything bad about it. It's still going crazy. It's still hitting. So I'm having a blast with it.
It's awesome. That's great. Yeah, because you just never know, because obviously there's the whole when Tears of the Kingdom came out, everyone's like, this game blows Breath of the Wild out of the water, blah blah blah. And then there's a lot of people, and I think yourself included. I remember you saying Breath of the Wild is pretty great as well. It was no slouch at all. And so yeah, it's always it's interesting now hearing you actually going back to play it. Oh no, yeah, it's still good. It's still good so far.
No, they stand shoulder to shoulder for me, 100%.
It's awesome.
So
I still need to finish both of them. I got so far in Breath of the Wild and then just got hung up somewhere and kind of gave up, and then
started playing something else.
And Tears of the Kingdom was also one of those that came out around this time. Something else came out. I was like, this game is awesome, but I don't have the time to spend hundreds of hours in this.
That's fair.
But man, there is something though about the intros of both of those games. They're just, I don't know.
Good.
It's just, you get that feel in your chest. It's, oh baby, yes, here we go.
I'm on the way. I'm getting ready
that dip
to have
of a roller coaster.
Grand adventure. Yes, dude.
Very, very good. Well, I finished Animal Well finally. Took me long enough.
Mm-hmm.
And this game is really, really good. In the end, I was just too stupid to finish it on my own. That's kind of what happened, which I kind of told you about before the episode. Was I didn't grow up playing Metroidvania games like Metroid and Castlevania and other games like it. That was not my bread and butter at all. So for me, I just struggle with that type of extremely ambiguous puzzle solving. I usually like puzzle games, but boy, there's something about you just have to know to run into this wall over here and jump 3 times over here and then blow the whistle 16 times and then all of a sudden a door opens. It's what? Like, how is I supposed to know that?
What are we doing?
And then like, and like after I do the walkthrough and they're like, oh, like what's nice about with Animal Well, they even show you, like they show you how to do it. And then they're like, oh, and this is how we figured it out. Like, and there's hints in different parts of it. Like one of the items, I guess minor spoilers, you can get a black light and like, oh, once you get the black light, there's actually things hidden in like the background. You use a black light to see like hidden like numbers and arrows and symbols and like that. I'm like, okay, well, how would I've ever stumbled upon that? Like, right? I'm not going to go through the entire map scanning with a black light. But yeah, so overall though, I loved it. It was so neat because there's no combat. You're not fighting anything. There's boss battles.
It's more diversion tactics, right? To get away.
Yeah. So it's like there's boss battles, but like you never like laying hands on any of these creatures. It's very much like dodging things, or the boss battle is a puzzle in itself, or there's other things that are dangerous and you're using other enemies against the big enemy. A lot of fun puzzles that way. But yeah, getting through it, like overall, like the art is absolutely stunning in that game. The overall, like, I guess storytelling, you could say, like, to be honest, like it's extremely vague what's really happening. And it's one of those games too, there's a ton of post-game content. I could probably spend another 100 hours like collecting all the little extras and stuff like that. Like I'm not doing that. And apparently you can kind of get into more of what's going on, but overall, like, yeah, incredible game. I would say it's up there. It's like an 8 out of 10 for me, if not like even like an 8.5. It's close to like a 9 out of 10. Really impressed me, especially for not being a Metroidvania kind of gamer generally. I was like, okay, no, I'm in. Because I played most of it without a guide. So that's I don't know if I mentioned that. I basically got to the end. I was like, okay, I need a guide to help me. I've explored like 95% of the map, and there was like a couple boss battles I couldn't figure out how to get to. And so I looked it up and I'm like, oh, okay, like you knock here and teleport here and do this, that, and the other thing, and
call it a day. And
then I got to the boss battle and was able to just knock it out. So other than being an idiot, this is a fantastic game. So I recommend it both for smart people and idiots. It's very good.
Okay.
Kitten says, have you tried Tunic? You triggered that game in my brain with that description.
I have.
I have not, but I've always been super interested in it. You have?
Yeah, Tunic is really good. It's really hard, but then I feel like I think my thing with that game is it's hard to know where to go. Like I'm all about exploring and trying to, figure things out. But I think that there should be an overarching way of knowing what you need to do. In a sense, right? Like, Breath of the Wild, you always knew you were going to end up going to Ganon, right? But I just feel like it didn't say you have to go to Ganon right now. You can do anything you want before you go to Ganon. And I think Tunic
was like too ambiguous.
Maybe just a little bit, maybe, or maybe I was just too dumb to be like,
obtuse.
How did you not see that you need to go over to X, Y, and Z, right? And I think that's what, after a while, I'm just like running around the map 3 or 4 times trying to figure out what door I didn't open to go to the next, area.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a huge fan of like open world games, but like you got to give me like some kind of a little wooden sign or something, especially when the instruction manual is all in a different language.
Right. That's all I've ever seen.
I can't read.
Yeah. I've
right.
Seen, that's one of the main things I've seen from the game is like the manual is all in a different language, and it slowly translates as you like find pages, right? But like, yeah, until
and
then,
I'm not saying this disparagingly. I'm not saying it's a bad game at all. It's a wonderful game. I had a great time, or I should say I haven't finished it. I'm having a great time with it. It's just I don't have hours to kind of comb through every wall and find out what I'm missing. So.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I love just, again, that's what's one of those games. I just love the art style into like that. That's nowadays.
It's gorgeous.
Nowadays, that's what draws me into a lot of games. It's like, all right, do they have a good story and do they have a great art style? And brings me to a lot of fun indie games because they're the ones who are actually doing fun art. It's not just all about the hyper realistic AAA game. It's actually doing something fun and interesting with it. So because Tunic was a small dev too. I know Xbox like helped publish it, right? Because it was on Game Pass stuff, but I think it was developed by a small studio, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was.
Correct. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I just remember when it launched, it came out on Game Pass like day one or whatever. And I had planned on playing it there when I had Game Pass, but I did not. And now I do not have a Game Pass. Although that might change soon, especially with what's the game? Senua's Saga or whatever. Hellblade? Hellblade 2. That game looks kind of sick, but we'll see.
Yes, dude.
I gotta get a job first. I gotta have some money before I go paying for stuff I don't really need. All right. I also played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but nothing new to report really, other than they tricked me. I thought I'd had all the side content complete, and then I got to a certain part in the game, and they're like, just kidding. We just added 2 side missions in every area. You thought you 100% of those areas? Joke's on you. Go finish and do some more side missions. I'm like, dang it. I've gotten most of them done. Fortunately, they're all short. That's what's nice. Like, they weren't like long side missions. It's like, all right, jump in, jump out, go to the next one. So I'm moving on with that, getting through it. Still loving it. I'm excited. That's my next one to beat. I finished Animal Well. Now I'm going to try to finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because there is some other game that I was really looking forward to getting into, and now I don't remember what it is. So, it was Neurodiver, Read-Only Memories.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's Steam Deck certified. I already had it.
Let's go.
I had it on for my Steam Deck, and I was just hoping and praying it was going to work, because it wasn't certified at that point. And now I saw today the tweet went out. They are Steam Deck verified. I can't wait. All right. That is it. Thank you all so much for listening. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for hanging out.
XL episode.
An hour. My record time's at 1 hour and 50, but I know it's not quite right because we start recording quite a bit before the show starts. But thank you all for hanging out. This has been a fun one. We appreciate it. If you love what we do and help support us, think about going to patreon.com/supergamerboys, where you can support us starting at just $1 a month. We talked about that early in the show. If you want to learn more, just listen to the ad. If you skipped over it, how dare you? Now go listen to it again if you're curious, because I think you will like it, because you get stuff early and ad-free, and you help support us, the two good video game boys.
Yes, sir.
sgbstore.com. You can support us over there when it's back up. The store is not up right now, but just bookmark it. Bookmark SGB. There is a landing page, so when you go to it, it does bring up it says coming soon. So sgbstore.com. Bookmark that page, because we're hoping to get some fun summer merch out there. Shout out to Jack, Sriracha, and Yate for allowing us to use their music here during the show. And their links to all their music will be on the show description on YouTube and podcast apps. Check it out in the description. Rate and review us where you can. And you can find us during the week at supergamerboys.com, Twitter and Instagram at supergamerboys. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at gmorlang. Adrian, where can the fine folks find you at?
You can find me any and everywhere on the internet at Homeboy.
That is right. And with that, I'm done. That's all I got. I'm thirsty, so you can take us out.
Sounds like a plan. Folks, thank you for hanging out with us for this supersized episode of the Super Gamer Boys podcast. As always, we appreciate each and every one of you that come and support us in any way that you can, whether that's just watching this show, hanging out in the live stream, telling your friends about it, listening to the audio podcast, or what have you. It all helps, especially now that we see, we've recently passed the 400 mark over on YouTube. So that shows that we are making some progress. So thank you again. We couldn't do it without you. Just for a couple of fools sitting here talking about the Vigi games. So we love everybody and appreciate all your support. And until next time, we are the Super Gamer Boys.
And we'll catch you on the flippity flop.
So you really think Honey Nut Cheerios are that overrated?
Trash. That's right. I said it.
Trash.
Garbage.
I'm out of here. I'm leaving. I can't do this. No way.